Hi, today we are going to have what organization expects from the candidate and the candidate has to look for from the employer. These are the two aspects we are going to compare and see with a sample JD and a sample candidate's profile. So the same JD of union retail shops, we are going to select for the discussion about what employer expects and what employee can expect from the employer. What employee has in alignment with the expectation of employer. That's what we are going to discuss. I am using the same job description of a union retail showroom. And the position is casual sales assistant. Shop supervisors are the reporting persons. And he is responsible for overall presentation of the union stores. Main duties that the employer expects are listed here, and key working relationships are listed here. Working hours and other related conditions of work are described here. And the next thing which we are going to have as the candidate's profile, which we had already discussed in terms of SWOT. Now we are going to compare these two in alignment with the one-to-one. That is what company wants and what company candidate has, whether they are aligning to each other. That's what is the discussion today. So first of all, we are getting to know what is that employer expecting in terms of certain skills. Okay, the employer says the candidate should be operating cash efficiently, should know to record money in and out process. That is one requirement or job description that the employer has given. Now, what candidate has in alignment to this are again 2 points. Candidate says, I have experience in cash handling. I have worked in neat, organized and methodical manner. So these two are aligning with what the employer expects. Okay. Next, the proposed candidate should serve customer efficiently and courteously, should meet highest standards of customer service, highest standards of customer satisfaction. These are the things that the employer expects from the proposed candidate. Now, what the candidate says about these job descriptions, what is his possession? That's what we are discussing here. So what he says is, I have been experienced in assessing customers' needs, proven background in customer service, I have. Then I have experience in customer servicing, proactive calling of customers. So these are things that are matching to what employer expects with reference to the candidate's profile. Next, what employer expects in terms of other skills are self-management and stock management. As it is a retail showroom, there will be number of shelves to be monitored and maintained for the stocks availability and exhausting stocks. So that way, shelf management and stock management are expected skills from the proposed candidate. The organizer says, the management says. Then the organization security standards and procedures. In terms of display of goods and services in the retail showroom, what all the organization security standards and procedures have to be clearly monitored and maintained. That's what employer says. Then highest standards of the legal requirement. So if the employer appoints this candidate, the candidate should be able to handle everything in terms of highest standards of legal requirements. Then cleaning shelves and refrigerators. The person who is to be appointed in this profile as casual sales assistant should be ready to clean the shelves and refrigerators whenever it is required, whenever it is necessary. So that these are the expectations of management from the proposed candidate. Now, what candidate says in favor of these things? He says, I have experience in store merchandising. That means display of the store items. Then dealing with stock and deliveries and sending out orders. So what shelf management and stock management regarded employer expected, the same employee has also. Then I have worked in neat, organized and methodical manner. Yes, employer wanted everything to be kept clean and neat, and the same experience he is saying I have. Then keeping stores clean and tidy. He says I have kept my store clean and tidy. So these are things that are aligning to the employer's expectation in terms of casual sales assistant. Then employer says the candidate should show own initiative. So one of the requirements of employer in terms of this profile is if the person who is going to be appointed in this profile should have capability to show own initiatives. Likewise, the candidate says, I have high level of enthusiasm and drive, developing solutions and recommending solutions. So he also says, yes, I have initiative. I have involved myself in developing solutions and I also recommend solutions. So these are some things that are aligning to own initiatives, isn't it? Then now let's see what are the other expectations of employer. Now, employer says the proposed candidate should be continued maintenance of relationship with all staff, customers, and visitors. Excellent communication he should have, and he should work only on casual contract for 1 academic year. Then should work under the supervision of line managers as instructed by the supervisors. So these are the expectations of the employer with reference to the JD for the casual sales assistant. Now, what the proposed candidate has in his bucket, that's what is given in this portion. That is, I enjoy team environment. I have excellent communication in 4 languages. He says he has excellent communication in 4 languages. That's what employer also wanted, excellent communication. Employer did not mention the language specifically, but the candidate says I have efficiency and the excellent communication in 4 languages with reference to the profile which we have selected as sample. Then he also says he enjoys team environment. So there is no much problems in dealing with the relationship of staff, customers, and visitors. That condition is ruled out here, as he says he enjoys team environment. But I have marked these 2 points in green color and all the other points in red color because they are somewhat not matching to what the employer wants, or they are somewhat against what the employer wants. That's why I have put them in red color. What are they? First and foremost, interpreted data established workforce management. The profile here the employer wants is casual sales assistant profile, but the employee who is proposed candidate says he has interpreted data established workforce management system. He has scheduled and directed the dispatch staff. He has worked closely with the managers and to manage the dispatch function. He has managed technicians in ensuring customer commitments, ensured target achievement. These are the requirements of an executive, not an assistant. So in that aspect, employee is a high profiled employee, but employer wants low profiled candidate. So this is the place where there is some disalignment or some expectations of employer is very low, but the candidate's profile is very high comparing to what is going to be offered. So these things are going to be somewhat a critical aspect of the profile connection to the given position. So with this, the general expectations of an employer and the possession of employee proposed candidate have been discussed. And this discussion is nothing but it's a comparison between job description versus job specification or person specification. So in this point of time, I would like to tell you, job description means what an employer wants has been given in set of points, statements. At the same time, how the job description is going to be attended by candidate are given in job specification, that is person specification. It talks about KSA, knowledge, skill, and abilities of the employee, proposed employee. That's what we have put on the right side, and on the left side, whatever is given are job descriptions. So with this, let me stop for this session. Rest of the job description details and the expectations of company and the profile related other aspects we will be having in the next session. Thank you. Bye.